What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Stocks to Watch. And I'm sorry that I'm posting this a little late because I didn't get time. I had to go out. But I hope the content kind of compensates for this delay. So let's quickly start with the stocks that we had posted yesterday. And Sequent was, one of them which moved really, really nicely. So up 6.5%. Apart from that, I can also see Dish TV. So I think we had a discussion about Dish TV. It was up, 7% at one point in time, broke out of this base. We also had a discussion about, Orissa minerals, and we had a discussion about how metals are setting up really strongly. So we saw some strength in not only Orissa minerals, we also took a position today in Sandur manganese, which I had discussed with you yesterday. So that also played out really well. Arvind was the other one which we had discussed, broke out of this base. So this is where we discussed this, up 4% today. Similar to Philatex, Sandur Manganese also we've taken a position, and even this is ready to get out of the base. Apart from that, I think DYCL Dynamic Cables is ready to break out. Even I think tomorrow it could do wonders. Birla Cables didn't really play out from the place we anticipated it to, but it came back down and then started moving higher. And even Hutamaki, I think it did really well. So more or less, I think we still had good reactions. Now coming on to the watch list for tomorrow, let's quickly start off with HCC. So HCC is coming out of this base, looks very strong, and I think we've seen infra companies do well. Chemfab is another name which I think is ready and it's set up to kind of explode. Just look at the volume dry up. I think this is picture perfect, and they have been. It's a specialty chemical industry. We've seen what China has been doing. China plus one theme has been working out really well. So I think that could be something on your radar. Network 18 is the next name. I think with elections coming up around the corner, I already told you that media stock is setting up really nicely. We already have one more media stock over here, which is HT Media. I'll come back to this later, but I think this base is a very strong enough base for you to take a play in Network 18. So keep a watch on that. Suprajit, another name. Although this is not A plus, it has supply on the left side, but I think this could also be interesting to see. GE Shipping, I think we've seen metal stocks do really well. Especially in terms of what Hindustan Zinc, National Aluminium have done. Ratna Money also is doing really great. Now we've seen Cochin shipyard. We've seen Mazdock and Great Eastern Shipping are doing very well. So shipbuilding stocks did extremely well, and I think GE Shipping is setting up to kind of explode again. So another one to be on my radar. Nava is a new IPO stock. Just I think recently it got listed. I think 2 years or 3 years back. So now this is all setting up really nicely. The only problem that I see in this is overhead supply. Next up is Policy Bazaar, and I think Policy Bazaar is setting up really nicely on the hourly. So I think it's a pure play VCP breaking out of the base. So I think Policy Bazaar is also going to be an interesting one to watch. Next up, we've got Aster DM. Okay, so not exactly the one that you would like to play, but what I feel is there's a potential for a gap fill play that could potentially happen. HT Media, as I said, I think we identified HT Media here. It has been I think up about 9% since then in about 6 odd days, and I think it's setting up again to kind of spike. Dynamic cables we've already discussed. I think this could also spike up. Torrent Power all-time high play. I think I have been screaming. I've been screaming about buying Torrent Power from these areas. Stock spiked up, rejected, came back up, and now I think volume dry up, and I think it's ready to move again. Now I think the best stock that I found out from the entire list is Cello World, and I think this is perfectly ready to set up and blast tomorrow. So keep a watch out on that. Pony Sugars, again another sugar name, cyclical name, but I think it's ready for another move higher. So keep a watch out on this. We've also got Ease My Trip. I think we've been having a discussion about Ease My Trip since a long period of time. I think a lot of the traders today in Stockwiz community even bought Lemon Tree, and Ease My Trip is one of their positions. So I think Ease My Trip could start spiking up. SBFC again, not my A plus setup, but I think it is setting and coming out of this base. So it's going to be interesting. One more favorite name, if I want to call it out, is Finedex Chemical, which is FCL. I think this is pretty much setting up really nicely. Volumes drying up, so wonderful setup. Then Snowman Logistics. I think this is also very, very good. 5 days of narrow range action, and I think tomorrow we are definitely seeing like this big of a candle in Snowman Logistics. So keep a watch out on that. Sula Vineyards, I think, didn't really move today a lot, but I think this base is pretty good for this to explode. Bliss GVS, another very interesting name which I could see. So from the pharma space, I think Natco Pharma is another name which could do wonderfully well. I think that also has potential. So keep a watch out on that. And then we've got Avanti Feeds making a decent base after a very big spike, rounding bottom base, and then I think this also has potential, so keep this on radar. And then we've got JSW Infrastructure, which again is a fresh IPO name. I think it just got recently listed. Yep, it got listed in October 2023, and now I think it has got potential to kind of move higher. So these are the stocks that I'm going to be watching out for tomorrow. I hope I added value. If you're new here, consider subscribing to the content, and I'm going to see you in the next one. I hope you have a safe and a good trading day and a profitable trading day tomorrow. If you like such content, make sure to drop in a like, a comment, and a subscribe to make me happy and to keep me motivated to keep posting these videos. So thank you so much for your time. I hope you liked it. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye bye and take care.